Hi everyone, it's us again. So we are on Oxford Street now, it's midday, and we have just bumped into Richard and his dog. So
Oi Polloi.
Oi Polloi, what a fantastic name. We are obviously quite keen to have conversations with others around particularly living on the streets, particularly living with a dog as well. And as we just said before, there's a number of dogs that have been taken from homeless people,
a lot of
right,
them,
over the last few weeks. So that's why we want to raise awareness around this fact, but also around how we can help dogs in terms of how we can give them microchips, how we can give them food, and just be able to support themselves on the streets as well.
Somebody's there for them, People with animals, not people without animals, but people with animals as well. There is a certain amount of prejudice, even like the hostel systems designed to meant to be able to help people. In some of them, it's a 2-year waiting list, and you could be dead by next week. You don't know, do you? You know what I mean? Or somebody could take your dog or whatever. Yeah, but they'll only ever allow 2 people at any one time with a dog in a hostel. So therefore, I don't think that personally there are enough facilities available for accommodating people who fit in that criteria. Yeah, it's like, what annoys me is it's about money with the hostel system. No, whoever it was who designed it, I believe it came from the armistice laws in the Crimean War, when the public thought it was an atrocity to see ex-forces lads walking around with limbs missing and that. Yeah, so they brought the armistice houses out, and certain shops donated food and things. But as time has progressed, people have noticed this, and they've gone to the local authorities and said, right, we'll get rid of people with alcohol problems, drunk problems, mental health problems, gambling, whatever problem, yeah, and we'll put them in a place. We'll charge them a surcharge if the council pay the rent. £400 a week per person. It's ridiculous. That's a mortgage. Between here and Hackney, there are 6,883 empty housing association and council premises. The reason why the council are giving properties out is because they had a word with the council, and they therefore spoke to the government and said they believe the tenants should be paid the rent check direct. Now, in a recession, people are going to get in debt. Them rent checks are going to get spent. Instead of it going direct back to the council, they're hindering people, they're setting them up to fail, basically. So wherefore, I thought, we tried to go to City Hall, 36 of us, ex-forces lads, to have a word with Boris Johnson and say, when he was in, Lord Mayor of London, and say, right, all these empty properties, why don't you vet people out, check them out, offer them accommodation if they dedicate 16 hours a week to doing a bit of painting and decorating, a bit of electrician work, a bit of plastering, a bit of bricklaying. Have a supervisor, show them and learn them a trade, yeah, give them another outlet, yeah, but it's preparing a place for... How many people are stuck in a B&B with 2 kids in one room, never get counted? Yeah? Even though I'm in this position, I'm still concerned about them as well. Yeah? Because nobody else is. Yeah? Well, there are, but obviously voices need to be heard, don't they? And it's a damn shame that it's not loud enough. Because as soon as you speak too loudly, they put clamps on you, don't they? And they jump all over you. I know I've come across that. We got removed from City Hall. We were saying, right, you'd have a free workforce. Yeah, and you could dedicate more time to actually revamping old properties and doing them back up again to a standard which was people couldn't be accustomed to, and it's like, I remember things, it used to be a done thing when you go to school, you get an education, you do well, you get a job, you progress through that, hopefully you get promoted, you meet somebody, you settle down, you get married, have a kids, a mortgage, 45-year plan basically. And then to have it kicked away from you, used to be able to pass that property on to your offspring. Now it gets took away from them. Little realities of that are big changes in people's life of a routine that was mapped out before the Victorian days, yeah, but we're still running off that rule book, it seems. They devised a system that wasn't going to cope with 3 million unemployed there, and unfortunately, there are people in worse positions than myself, but I think people with animals out on the street get a lot of bad press. I've had people walk past me this morning and, poor dog. I'm thinking to myself, poor dog. If I ate as much as her, I'd explode. Seriously.
Do you want to say what has eaten today?
She's had best part of a rack of ribs, 2 steak and kidney pies, my bacon sandwich, 2 tins of dog food, 2 cheese and ham sandwiches as well. And what's something else?
Could I-
And a duck egg.
How long have you had your dog?
3, yeah.
And it's been living with you for 3 years.
Yeah. I met her when she was 6 weeks old. By 8 weeks old, she'd been abandoned. This was in Southampton. Oh, not again. Sorry. She'd been left on this tower block balcony, so 12 stories up, so I climbed up and got her. And she's been with me every day ever since. You know what I mean? And what amazes me... Hello, sir, you all right? Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much. What amazes me is that... I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Damn.
Picked her up 3 years ago in Southampton. What
I'm
amazes you?
epileptic I got ill from doing bomb disposal in the army, yeah, and when I got blown up in Afghanistan, I got told that I had plutonium poisoning, and part of the side effect is epileptic seizures. Now, I've never taught her how to do this. When I have a fit, she picks up the lid and looks at people with mobiles and brings them back to me. Brilliant. I've tried to get her registered as a needs stuff. Yeah, finding it hard work to do that, to do without, to do
How do
that.
you go about doing that?
To register her with, I've had a word with the hospital at Queen's Square Neurology Department, up near Russell Square, and they said that they'd get me a print me a card off to say that I'm epileptic and my dog is there to help me. I'm not allowed to jump on a National Rapid coach with my dog unless I've got a letter to the effect that she's a needs animal, they won't let her travel otherwise, and on a train now. So that's ridiculing people. I can't go around and try and get work in any other part of the city, in any other town or whatever, because I find it hard to travel with my dog, you know what I mean? And they seem to push you backwards, you know what I mean? They don't let you come forwards, which is a bit, I don't know, wrong. It seems like the system that is there to help folk, you'll only do it if you sign up to... If I had told them I was a drug addict and an alcoholic, I'd get help. Why should I lie to people to achieve something I need that's a necessity to me? When people say, oh, would you be able to cope with living indoors? Too right. Damn right I would. I love creature comforts, you know what I mean? But just have a lock to turn so I can lock a door. For her and me. Yeah? For her to be abandoned at 8 weeks old. She ain't forgotten. When I go in the shop and she can't see me and I come out, she gives me an hard time. But yeah, for minks. But I was talking to one of the lads who had his dog took. It was in
I
bits.
saw him down the road.
Yeah.
20 minutes ago.
The little, was
Terrier.
Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah, that's right. And I felt so sorry for him, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I said,
What do they bring you? Like, what do the dogs bring you? Is it to help your loneliness?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You can know 1,000 people, 100 people, 10 people be well lonely in this world. You can't bottle that companionship, and I'm glad you can. Yeah, but I think instead of people looking and judging, because they immediately look at an homeless person, think drug addict, alcoholic, yeah, blah, 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 carnage, violin time, do you know what I mean? And really, it's not... The amount of people I know that are homeless who don't touch alcohol or drugs, do you know what I mean? Yeah, they just have a genuine problem that they've got nowhere to sleep, you know what I mean? And they'd rather not go in a place where the dog's not welcome. I had somebody offer to take me off to go and have a meal. Can I tie the dog up outside? I said, I don't want to go. I said, why? And I said, well, can't we sit outside? Yeah, I can't fish. No, I can't do that.
Where do you sleep with the dog?
Where?
Yeah.
Last night, round the back of the Urban Outfitters.
Because you're not allowed in a hostel with a dog.
You can do, yeah, but it's a 2-year wait.
Where it's going.
Yeah. And you've got to go there every morning before 9 o'clock and see if there's a vacancy. Yeah, basically. But, I don't know, they're just... People who don't have dogs are more priority. And if people have got mental health issues or drug problems, I know they've got problems, but aren't we all? Doesn't mean to say you have to be an addict to be appreciated or to have a problem, do you? I mean, it's clear, isn't it? 86% of homeless people in this country today are ex-military personnel. Yeah, but how many people out here that are homeless, because of no fault of their own, not because they wanted to, have got their best friend by their side, yeah? And it seems that there isn't enough doors open for people to be able to have that security and that warmth. And to feel vulnerable, I've got set lights in my sleeping bed. Good job she wasn't at the bottom of it. I've lost half my calf muscle on the right hand side. It was 3 years ago it happened to me. I've still got an open wound on my leg. Yeah, and it's like, hang on a minute, why? When I went to the hospital, they said, it's not hostel, you can't stay. I said, no, well, I've got my dog outside. The policemen who arrested these people for setting late to me. He took my dog to their house, him and his wife. Looked after her for 2 days, that's all they'd let me stay in the hospital for. And they said, well, your dog needs you can't be in here, can you, because it's not a hostel. I said, I got attacked. I'm vulnerable as the next person, do you know what I mean? What, because I look like I've been chasing bricks and things like that, yeah? That you think I'm all right? I said, it's the only world out there, you know what I mean? And if you can't get people to listen to you, you're screwed. You really are. Getting the simplest of things seems such like hard work. Unless you're outspoken, then if you're too outspoken, you get jumped on. You can't win, and then if I get arrested, my dog ends up in the pound, I can't afford to pay to get it. Oh, plenty of time. I've had fixed. I've had to pay 40 odd quid to get my dog back.
Just need to cite All Dogs Matter in terms of this charity, and they will temporarily look after your
Dogs
dog.
aren't just for Christmas, you've got to save some for Boxing Day, yeah? But look, if people had as much compassion and understanding as dogs have got, and animals have got around us, it would be a better world. Dogs do matter, yeah, massively, yeah. The amount of happiness and warmth and love they bring to people, and security, to individuals, to groups of people, should be made more available and wider.
You mentioned this before, but when people see your situation, say poor dog, how do you react to that?
To me, they think that my dog ain't being fed. My action to that one is simple. Really? She's out 24 hours a day. Have you got a dog? Yeah. Do you work? Yeah. So the dog's locked up for 8 hours a day. Yeah. Gets an hour out in the night time, an hour in the morning. Poor dog. That's what I say. Do you know what I mean? And when they say poor dog, I chuckle. I think, really? You are oi polloi. Yeah. She's got loads of friends. She's plenty. She's all right. She could do with security. She could do with the life. Yeah. She's only a youngster. You know what I mean? But so am I. I might be 55, but I'm still a youngster, you know what I mean? And there's my attitude to that, do you know what I mean? Yeah, dogs do matter. They bring a lot of warmth. I think hospitals, when people are recovering, you should have more availability for animals to go in and visit poorly children and poorly people, yeah? That they take a lot of stress away from folks' illnesses and things, yeah? And make people feel more wanted in the world, you know? It's like they're a valuable part of our existence. And they don't get enough recognition, I don't think. Yeah, it's like, I feel sorry that Battersea don't get any funding from the government anymore, and they've got to look at members of the public to further their plight, but they do a bloody good job. Yeah, and it's like, it's a pity that it gets twisted around and misunderstood, you know what I mean? But I don't think people who do mistreat animals and steal people's loved ones, I don't think there's enough punishment for them personally. Yeah, the anguish and heartache that them people cause by treating others like this with dogs and treating the animals like it, the punishment doesn't fit the crime. It's not fair, you know what I mean? It's like I say, like oi polloi, there is no prejudice, but why do people have to feel like they can steal somebody else's love and warmth and heart, you know what I mean? It's wrong, it really is. Hopefully people will start to understand and look at it at a better aspect, you know, for the better good of them as well as us, you know what I mean? Because I think this hostel system should reschedule what they've got in front of them. Yeah, and there are enough empty properties around to make it. Yeah, I mean, Blue Cross do a lovely job. Yeah, there's a bus goes to Islington Green every Thursday at 1 o'clock. Any help you need medically, chipping animals at Sue Dogs Trust, Goswell Road in Islington. They've got a pet ambulance. They'll take you and your animal to the vets if you haven't got transport, and they'll bring you back again. You know what I mean? They're really good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I love them. Thank you. And you, have a good weekend. Take care.
No, thank you very much for sharing your story. I think that's really insightful.
Thank you for listening.
And you've got to realise as well, there's other charities. There's not just the big ones that, you know, the Batterseas, but there's the All Dogs Matter as well, which we're obviously raising awareness of as well, that support this exact cause.
If you get any flyers or anything like that, pass them to me and I'll put them up in the day centres and places I go to.
We will.
Yeah?
We've got some people of the team who are going to come later on this afternoon so they can share.
Because I've got a dog, there's quite a few of us who've got dogs who stick together, you know what I mean? So, and we've been keeping our eyes on for these dog thieves and that as well. And we've got a few leads on some of them.
But the police don't do anything, I assume, or any of the
They probably
authorities.
do, but paperwork and protocol have got more authority than actual crime and the way people get treated, haven't they, really? Because you sat where you are or you were in the position you are, unfortunately your voice didn't get heard as often. Do you know what I mean? And not enough gets done quick enough. But I know the police have got problems as well. I know certain officers have had their hours cut. But whose problem is that? Yeah? What? They get paid for what they do, you know what I mean? I give my life to this country, and now this is the position I'm in, but I'm not bitter about it. What's the point in that? I've got to get on with it, you know what I mean? And if I act like that and I kick off, I lose it on this one, it's not fair on her. But then she becomes vulnerable because somebody could take her. If somebody's not there to look after her and have it the floor and have a fit, I could lose my dog forever. Somebody stole my dog in St Andrews Park on Grazing Road in King's Cross about a year ago. It was somebody who lived their flat backs onto the park. My dog was running around the park. 15 minutes before the park shot my dog gone. And I was like, oh, what? Where? There's no way she'd have got out the park without me seeing her. One of the people whose flat backed into the park took my dog. They got so racked off with her, they tied her to a lamppost in the park and left her there when it was pissing down. I had a word with the person who looks after the park and told them. I gave them a telephone number of these people at the hostel who knew we were asleep. Within an hour I had my dog back, believe it. I was so overwhelmed. I went and took him a card and some flowers to this lady to say thank you, and I said that if you can ever help with anything, please give me a shout. And she said, what do you do? I said, well, I'm an ex-soldier, but I said I do bits of saddlery, turn me on to most things and that, I tune pianos, and she goes, I've got some friends at the blind school in Camden, they piano to me, would you do it? I went, I'd love to. And since then I've been teaching piano for a year now to the blind kids and that, and I take the dog all the time. And I've been told by me taking the dog along, it's like the kids are warming to Oi, and it makes them feel a lot happier as well, and it unlocks barriers for them, you know. So Oi's doing a good thing there, and me taking her with me is really good, responsive, but you know what I mean. But hopefully people will become more aware, and thanks to you guys, you know what I mean, making this possible for people to hear it, you know what I mean.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. Really appreciate it. And look after yourself.
Anything I can do to help.
Thank you, Richard. And
Top
Oi
man.
Ploy, look
Dogs
after
do
yourself.
matter.
It does. See you later.
Definitely. Dirt the Oi.
Give you the flyers as well. So
Yeah.
information.
Guys, just remember
And I'll
those
post
on
them around
Facebook
everywhere.
Live,
Yeah,
we
besides
still
having all
donate
that
via Just Giving page, and just support All Dogs Matter and also Crisis Charity.
It's a pleasure to talk to you today.